Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Shattered Glass Hasbro Pulse exclusive Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Let's get into it! Let's begin breaking mirrors with a look at the packaging. And first of all, here's the packaging for the comic book. I always thought the comic books came packaged inside which is why the box was so big. But no, it was packaged separately, and it does have a very thin piece of cardboard here in the back, and it is enclosed in a poly bag sealed up. So that's nice. I just wish they would have put an actual backboard in here rather than the thin, bendable, very flexible piece of very thick paper they put in it. But overall, I have to say the cover looks very nice. And we'll get into it and take a quick look at it later on. Now let's take a look at the packaging itself. This is, of course, the first Shattered Glass figure that I've taken a look at. There were a few that tempted me. I was tempted by the Starscream, and I was tempted by the Jetfire, but I did end up passing on both of those. And this one was on Hasbro Pulse's warehouse sale, so I got it for a decent price. Seeing as how it's really on a mold that I don't really like, but you know what they were asking for it retail was just way more than what I thought it was worth, and with the discount it made it palatable enough to get. But anyway, we're talking about the package and not anything else. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. On the front here we have some nice artwork of Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, and you can see the package did incur a little bit of damage in shipping, and then just like right here it's ripped, but that's just from me handling it. Anyway, then we have that shattered Autobot symbol in the Shattered Glass colors, and then the Shattered Glass logo. 8-up Hasbro print Transformers. Then on the top we have Transformers Shattered Glass Takara Tomy. On this side, broken Autobot symbol, artwork of Ultra Magnus and Generations. And on this side, again, that artwork of Ultra Magnus, the Autobot Shattered Glass Autobot symbol, and Ultra Magnus. On the back, product shots that are most likely digital renders, kind of showing what's in here. Transformers Shattered Glass, and then the product shots transforms in 12 steps, and then 16 steps, and then from the big bot down to this little bot 21 steps. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it really takes that many. Let's see. Ultra Magnus has become bored with warfare. Having ended more sparks than he can count, he sets his sights on something greater, the destruction of the universe. He-Man might have something to say about that robot, but that's a different universe. So, anyway. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print. Warning, attention, auction! Don't stick things in any language pie hole. that do not belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Includes figure, 6 accessories, and instructions, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus in his alt mode and his accessories. And first of all, let's start off with the included comic. And adjust the camera here just a bit. Adjust the mic just a bit. So I'm going to adjust the camera some more. And here I won't really, I'll just kind of flip through it a little bit because I don't want to get dinged for anything. But in the back of all the ads are in the back. So that's cool. It does have this nice foil logo and shiny bits of the broken glass. And it's really a nice looking cover, and the artwork on the inside is just as nice. And it was a nice little read also. And then Pulse. So that does it for the included comic. Lower that back down. And next up we have the handy dandy instruction manual. And pretty much, if you've had an Ultra Magnus from Siege, it's nothing new in the instructions. It's all pretty much the same. So handy dandy instruction books. Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus Transformers. And of course now we have the other handy dandy thing, some handy dandy tweezers to show off this next accessory, which is kind of small, but it's the Matrix. And I'm pretty sure this is the Earthrise Optimus Prime Matrix. I could be wrong because I didn't pull it out to look, but I don't believe that this is the Evolution Laser Optimus Prime one, because it's, I do believe, a lot more flat than this. And you see it's got translucent for the jewel. It's probably all translucent, made out of this red translucent material, and then the silver is a big paint app on it. The next thing we have up is the alternate head, which in the comic books is a hologram. The face of it is. Well, maybe the whole thing of it is. But this is the Earthrise head. And it might even have a light pipe in it. Let's see. It does. How about that? So that's pretty cool, and you can use that head as the alternate Shattered Glass head or Delta Magnus. And here we have the same sword from Laser Optimus Prime, made out of a red translucent plastic. Nice molded details in it. I do wish it had a little bit of paint apps on it to kind of make the parts that aren't Energon-y stand out. And then again from Laser Optimus Prime, the same axe. And again, it has nice molded details in there. And again, I do wish there was some paint apps on it to, show that there's a difference between the Energon part and the mechanical part of it. But now, as far as the alt mode goes, there's nothing, they have changed nothing from the Kingdom. I think I called him Earthrise before, but Earth mode, Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Everything is the same, only different colors. Now, one thing I will note on this, and I'm sure since, you know, this figure is kind of old and I waited for it to go on sale before I bought it, you guys probably already know that this is, the black on here is a paint app. And it does cause some issues. It makes the hole too small, really, for these launchers to fit into. But if you force it, you can. Seems like they would have just molded it in black and painted the red, but not the case. Nice molded details on it. Again, you know, those parts look okay. And then if I can get it out of there. Here's the rifle, and again, it's the same one that we've been getting since Siege. And it's a nice looking gun. It is very reminiscent of the original G1s, only bigger. And it has nice molded detail in it. You know, a lot of waffling. And all molded in this red plastic. No paint. Now, as far as the vehicle itself, as you can see, the front end ain't quite lined up there. Again, they've made no improvements on this, so no, the cab doesn't move independently of the trailer unless it is detached. But nice paint apps. I mean, it's an okay looking alt mode. It just, you know, it's, you know, you can only put cars really on the top, and he's supposed to be a car carrier, and nothing can go on the inside. So you know, they really messed up bad, in my opinion. With this mold, they should have done more than a slight retool of the Siege mold to do the Earth mode for Kingdom. They should have done either a whole new mold or a lot of retooling. And we only got, you know, slight retooling. And it rolls okay. The plastic wheels, sometimes they don't want to catch, especially up here on the cab, or the front of the cab. There we go, my friends. A look at Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus in alt mode and his accessories. It's time for alt mode comparisons. And here we have Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with the Combiner Wars Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Here's Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with the War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Here's Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with the War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Leader Class Ultra Magnus. For our final set of alt mode comparisons, here we have Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with the Amazon exclusive Generation Selects Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime, and the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And the first thing we're going to do, let's start off by removing these two missile pods. And let's go ahead and take that off. And then we'll do this in two stages, where we look at the core bot and then we look at the armored up bot. So let's lift this panel up, and it releases. There's two slots on the sides here, and they clip over these clips right here. So once you get those or that lifted up, right here you can see where the piece from the legs is tabbed in through this, and just kind of gently disconnect it, and the same on the other side. And once you do that, you'll notice this piece is still attached, but this piece does have, you see these tabs right here in the top. They do connect to slots right here on either side. So let's move that out of the way for a moment, and we'll look at this part right here and just slide this part off. You can see this piece right here just slides right in there, and let's move that off to the side. Now what I like to do first, because lots of times I forget to do it, just go ahead and flip out the heel spurs. Just like that. And you have to separate, I forget this part too a lot of times, you have to separate the legs, because there's a tab right here that goes in a slot here on the leg that keeps the legs from moving up and down, at least at the thighs. Doesn't help much at the knees during alt mode. Alright. Next thing we want to do is move the arms out, and there's a tab right here that goes into a slot right here, and the same way on the other side. Now we go ahead and push the cab back like so, and as you'll see, this piece goes in when you do that, and then you're able to spin it around at the waist. And then before we lock the arms in position, you open the chest up, flip the head out, and then pop the chest back into place. And then on the sides of the chest, there's tabs right here, and there's slots right here, and you just put those together, and it does lock that chest piece into place. And we'll straighten the arms out. And the last thing, a lot of times I forget to do this, but this piece right here will slide along this rail up here, so he's got a hump in his back rather than a dump truck for a butt. Now you do have to make sure that that is lined up. Raise it up all the way and then push it in, and this piece right here will go right directly into the back. So now he has a little hump back instead of a hump butt. And that, my friends, is the first stage of transformation. It's time to take a look at Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus's core bot. And you can see it has nice eye paint there, kind of reminiscent of that original Optimus Prime eye paint. And then he's a nice blue and some grays here, gunmetal, and translucent on the windows. Nice silver on the grille, and a kind of a gunmetal stripe around the front, silver for the rest of the grille, the headlights, and the bumper, the front bumper, that is. And then a lot of this is just molded in color, so nice paint for the faceplate there, also, and the crest here of the helmet. Well, let's take a look at his articulation real quick. He looks up that far, he looks down that far. No chicken neck, because no Transformer really has chicken neck. He does have some waggle in there. He can do the full Exorcist. And it doesn't look like there's a light pip because the eyes are painted, but yeah, nothing there. At the shoulder, comes up better than 90 degrees. Full 360 degrees there at the shoulder. Cut here at the upper bicep on a mushroom peg for another 360 degree rotation. Hinge, single hinge at the elbow, gives you approximately 90 degrees, and a 360 degree spin at the wrist on no hinge. At the waist, he can do a full 360 degree rotation. He'll give you that much of the splits. Listen to that ratchet. About a 90 degree kick forward, and about a step backwards. Single hinge knee. Gives you not quite 90 degrees. There is a cut. Nope, it's not a cut. It's a mushroom peg right here coming out of the hip. That gives you some twist, but it will not go 360 degrees. At the ankle, no tilt, but it does have some slight rocker there. That, my friends, is a look at the Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus core bot. It's time for core bot comparisons, and here we have Shattered Glass core bot Ultra Magnus next to Kingdom core bot Ultra Magnus, and in the back the War for Cybertron trilogy Siege, the Cybertronian mode of the core bot of Ultra Magnus. Here's Shattered Glass core bot Ultra Magnus with Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Earthrise leader class Optimus Prime. And you may be asking, how come you didn't show the core bot for the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus? Well, Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus unfortunately doesn't have a core bot. Let's finish up the transformation, and we'll set the core bot out of the way here for just a minute. You want to take these pieces right here, and right here is where you'll separate them. You see that has like a T-shaped post, and it just kind of clips into there. And once you get those off, fold these pieces down, and we're done with that for right now. Next, we want to decouple the trailer from itself. And right here and here, it clips in, and you just kind of have to be careful. You see how it's kind of got that I-beam shape to it there, and then it clips in right there. And you do that on both sides. This side there, it did not want to come apart. And then when you get to this point, you separate the back of the trailer, and then you'll see it has a tab here, here, and here, and they just, it slides into here and it slots into here, and it's the same on the other side. We'll set that piece out of the way. Let's see if I can remember how to fold these up. And apparently I can't. There we go. Folds down just like that. And the other side, just do it the same way. And you can see there's a tab here and here, and a slot here and here. And that just kind of connects in. It doesn't really snap. So there we go. That part. Let's bring the Let's bring the core bot back in real quick. And what you want to do with him is untab the arms there at the shoulders. Open the chest up, flip the head back in, and flip those back in. And I don't remember if that stays there or if it goes back down. We'll see in just a minute. I think it goes back down there. Yeah, it does go back down. Pull the cab forward just a bit to loosen it up. Slide that part back down. And then clip the arms back into position. Now, as far, if I can hold on to something, as far as these go, this piece right here clips in right here. You just kind of slide the foot in, apply a little bit of pressure, and there we go. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side. There we go. Let's move into this piece right here, and first thing you want to do is twist these till they come loose. And you see there's a peg right there and a port right there. And we take this piece right here and we'll just flip that on in. This piece right here flips up. Then we go back to the core bot, and you'll notice there's two clips right here, and they clip on to this rail. You have to make sure that you get it in there though. And that does push on back. I forgot to push that back earlier. And then while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do this. Take this belt piece, pull it out, flip it around, and just hinge it back into place. Now for the rest of this piece comes down, and you'll notice, well, there's a tab right here, and there's a little slot right here, and that's on both sides, and that just tabs into place there. And then on the underside here, there's a tab here and here, and a slot here and here, and this hinges down, and you just pop those into place. And the next thing you want to do is take these pieces, excuse me, and they open up. And you'll notice there's a port on his arm right here, and there's a post right here. If I can remember which way these go, I think they go this way. Yeah, you post that in, and then there's a tab right here, and there's a slot right here, and you just tab that in position, and we will do that for the other side as well. And then the last pieces we have here are these shoulder pieces, and these are probably the, I won't say the hardest piece to get on here, but they're not always the easiest to get on and off. But it just slides into place. You can see right there, there's a place for the smokestack. And just kind of slides, and it snaps into place when you do that. And to finish off Ultra Magnus, there's a port here and the post on the missile launcher, and again, they're just a little bit big. I don't know if maybe I need to go in and bore the hole out slightly, or rub the paint off of these missile launchers, and the same here on the other side. And that one does not want to go in there at all. The other one's tight. This one just doesn't like to go in there at all. And of course, his rifle just pops into his hand there. And the sword, you can use these as individual pieces, or of course just like Laser Optimus Prime, they port together and become a mega sword. But it doesn't want to go in his hand. There it goes. There we go, my friends. There I go bumping the camera. Shattered glass. Ultra Magnus, all armored and weaponed up. Well, let's take a look at the figure, all armored up in his robot mode. And his accessories, we won't really take a look at those again. We did all that during alt mode. But let's take the gun and the sword axe out of his hand. And let's take a look at it. Now, the head is one of the big reasons to pick up this. If you just really like that skeleton looking, unfinished looking head, it is really cool. And then it's got an Autobot tampo here. The blue is paint apps, I do believe. This red is paint apps. And pretty much everything else I do believe is molded in color. Let's take a look at his articulation. He looks up that far, down that far. No chicken neck, no waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulder, the arm does rotate full 360 degrees. Gets about a 90-degree bend out from the shoulder. There's a cut here at the bicep for another 360-degree rotation. Single hinge at the elbow, not quite 90 degrees because of this armor piece. And the wrists do still revolve 360 degrees fully. At the waist, he really doesn't spin at the waist. At the hips, and give you that much of the splits. He can kick forward, not quite 90 degrees. But if you swing his leg out a little bit, you do get 90 degrees. You have to swing it out around that peg that it, or tab that it tabs into during his transformation. At the knee, because of the armor, not quite 90 degrees. And again, it does rotate here, but it does not do a full 360 degrees worth of rotation. At the ankles, there's no tilt, but he does get that much rocker, which is approximately 90 degrees. And that, my friends, is a look at Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus in his fully armored up mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with, I keep saying, Combiner Wars Leader Class Ultra Magnus. And this is on the Combiner Wars mold. However, this particular one, you'll notice he has some very shiny parts on him. Came from the, I want to say, the 35th anniversary movie pack that had Ultra Magnus, Blur, Cup, and RC in it. Here's Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. And you can see they do share a lot of the same tooling. Here's Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with his exact mold mate except for the head. War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Well, I guess they don't share the paint job either. Here's our final set of robot mode comparisons. Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus with Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Shattered Glass Leader Class Ultra Magnus, I have to say, this mold is still just, it's okay. While the robot mode looks pretty good, the core bot mode looks pretty good, the alt mode is garbage, in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary, but the fact that, you know, the cab and the trailer are connected in alt mode in a way that prevents it from actually making turns is really not a very good design. And a robot transformer who alt mode is a car carrier and he can only carry cars on the top is again a real design flaw on this figure. And the fact that the missile launchers don't want to port in properly because of the paint and the tolerances of the ports is, you know, it's a little disappointing. And knowing the problems with this mold that existed, Hasbro used it anyway, and of course I bought it anyway. But I did wait till it was on a fairly significant price reduction before I purchased it. At least I felt like it was fairly significant. Otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it. And the only reason that I got this, I'm not really into the Shattered Glass line per se. It's cool and all, but some of the, like the Megatron alt mode, just ugh. I do wish I had picked up the Shattered Glass Jetfire just to make him a mainline Decepticon. But I missed out on that one unless they reissue it, which is not looking promising, at least at this point. I suppose I won't have it, and I'm okay with that. As far as this guy goes, as cool as the skull face is, I'm going to put the other head on it and use this guy as Delta Magnus rather than Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus. But that's just me. You do you. If you like the Shattered Glass stuff and you want to display it that way, hey, go ahead. That does it for the review. I just can't think of anything else to say about this guy. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, mostly. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.